And it's another great night here on Encounters, and we're here with you on a Thursday night going into a Friday morning here. So good evening. This is late night, really kind of late night. Encounters, UFO, contact, and more. And disclosure, we're very big on disclosure on the show, a lot of things. I'm CmdrAleon, the host of the show, host of WESU's Sunday morning show at 11:30 a.m. Eastern, the Cosmic Eye Astro Command radio show on NPR Pacific Radio for 20 years. I'm also from Mars, the man from Mars. Also, I work with the Ashtar Galactic Command, and I've been working with them before there was any internet thing called the internet thing. Good evening, everybody. Jan, Deborah, everybody coming in. Susan, thank you for the follow. Lakita, good to have you with us. Dana, everybody out there all over the world, original down south. Teddy, everyone coming, new people. E, we have Ian here. RZ, welcome. Bear Bottom, welcome to the show. Corey D. Lou, a lot of new people. Zeke, good to have you. Renee Leonard, good to have you with us. Good evening. Jeff, welcome to the show. Sprites, always good to see you. Good evening, Kathy. I think it's SH something. Maria, Duncan, Jenny Brown, good to have you with us. User 586, Kathy, all the people out there. Serenity, good to have you with us. Serenity 7, Thomas, welcome to our show. This is Encounters, the number one, hey Venus, the number one UFO spiritual talk show on social media. And we're glad to have you with us tonight. I was tracking my radio that we're using for contact for tomorrow night, and talk about synchronicity. I got it through Amazon, and it should be here. It says here, the radio that we're going to use will be here in my possession by 10 o'clock tomorrow night. Now, I think that Amazon will have it way earlier than 10 o'clock tomorrow night, so I am super excited. John Connors will be using the same equipment. We both ordered the same exact radio for this. No kidding. We both ordered the same exact radio here on Encounters for this thing. And it's going to be great. For whatever reason, this is the radio that our space brothers want us to use. It's the perfect radio. For whatever reason, it really is the perfect radio. Nothing else will be exactly correct. But this will. I'm going to have that radio set up right next to me here tomorrow night at 11 o'clock. And John will have the same radio equipment, and we're going to make contact. So we're super duper excited, And also, we've been doing some great interviews. We're on this morning. We interviewed some wonderful people. Was it this morning? I'm doing so many interviews. I did some morning shows on my YouTube. All the shows are on my YouTube. All the latest shows are on YouTube, including last night's show and this morning's show. It's on YouTube. And I'm just glad to have you. CJ, welcome to the show. Everybody coming in. Yes, and we are also always looking forward. Cynthia, Camille, we're always looking. O'Shea, good to have you with us. Simply Jack, Mercon, 12DC, VR, CPU, DRE, welcome. And everyone, Jeff, Skunk Grunt, Julie, hey Julie, Leslie, Lizard, I think it's Liz Erd, one joined us. All the new people, Brandon, good to see you, Brandon. Welcome to Encounters. Good to have everybody all over the world with us on the show tonight, wherever you may be. We'll be on. We start a little bit late, so we're going to go till about 1 o'clock in the morning. Brandon, go ahead. You have a question. Go ahead and present the question. We'll try to answer it. I'm CmdrAleon, your host of the show. Jess, good to have you with us. And we will answer questions if I can. For most part, I can answer most questions. And the other good news is I've got my apple cider. I bought a gallon of apple cider. You can't really see. You can see it a little bit. See that? That's my apple cider right there. 1 gallon of cider. That'll last me for a while. Thank you, Jaws, Coast to Coast with the Commander. I love that. I love that. That's good. We got the ice going. Yep. The ice in the apple cider. King Rap TV. Good to have you with us. Everybody coming in here. Brandy, good evening. Grand Rising to you. Thank you for the roses. Also, my Cash App is on my main page, so I would ask you, I don't mention it enough, my Cash App. I don't know why. I get so much into my show, I forget about it sometimes. But if you want to make a direct donation to the work we're doing in general, my Cash App is Venmo. If you have the Venmo app on your phone or whatever, you can always make a donation of $5, $10, or $15 there. I certainly encourage my Cash App to be a place to make donations real quick. If you want to become a subscriber, as we're getting into the show, we have 34 of 100 subscribers. We're trying to get 100 subscribers, and we're raising money for night vision equipment for our C5 group here in the United States in Connecticut. We have a really solid group of people. Brandon, I'm not sure why your question's being filtered. Not answering my question. Let me see here. I'm going to get to your question, Brandon. Just let me get done. What do I have to say here? So for those that wish to become a subscriber to my lives, just go and subscribe. There'll be a subscribe thing that'll come up. And you can subscribe for however long you want in terms of monthly or whatever. You choose that. Yeah, Brandon, I'm not sure. I see you, but evidently your question's is filtered. I don't know why it's filtered, but that happens on here sometimes. And, so we're glad to have everybody here. And we will definitely interested to thank you, my moderators. You don't have to, if somebody gets too crazy on here, just block them. Mute them first if it's very light, but then block them if it's really getting to be like ridiculous. Good. I've got a lot of good moderators on here, so the word I will say to anybody who's here to disrupt a real UFO talk show on social media, you're going to be gone. You're just going to disappear into the ethers. I have some very good people on here. I want to thank all my moderators for doing a good job. Announced it on TV. Brandon says, okay, announced it on TV. Brandon, I'm going back to see if I can get the other thing. I got the part where you said announced on TV. What was announced on TV? It's going to be tomorrow night. I put the video out there this morning. It's on my main page with all the other videos. It will be tomorrow night at 11 p.m. We'll be getting ready for contact. John Connors will be on the other side of it. I will be here on the East Coast, and the spaceship will be above us. When I say above us, up in the Earth's atmosphere somewhere. And hey, Johnny Miller, good to have you. Another one of our great moderators. Oh, you're welcome, Deborah. And if anyone has any questions about contact or about how we're facilitating contact directly. Somebody asked me who was looking at one of the videos, is it going to be channeled? No, there's no channeling. What we're going to be doing is going to be real. It's going to be direct for anyone who has any questions on that tomorrow night. They'll be communicating they can communicate through my TikTok directly with some static, or they'll be coming through the radio. So we already know how they want to communicate. And it'll either be through static coming through here, or coming through radio frequency or frequencies that we connect with them on tomorrow night. So if you have any questions how we are making this contact, please ask. I appreciate the questions if you're not sure. And that's true, James. There is no I think it's filament or whatever you want to call it. I've been telling people there's no filament for years. There's nothing like that. We're not blocked from going anywhere. Nobody's blocked from. Believe me, if there was a glass separation thing around our planet, there's nothing there. People can come and go as long as they have the ability to come and go. They can come and go. Yes, we did skip to Grace. We're going to bring you on there. in just a little bit. And I hope you had a good Christmas in Long Island. I hope you did. Hope everybody did. Whatever you celebrated, I hope you had a good weekend. And we have a 3-day weekend coming, and we're going to hit it off Friday night with Contact. How good is that? Going into the new year, making contact with my friends from the star system constellation Sirius. How good could that be? Who wants to watch? You might watch the ball drop before the new year, but who cares? This is more important than that little big ball in New York dropping down in Times Square, you know? Interesting. Hey, Scott, welcome to everybody. So when we get into the nitty-gritty, folks, of what is happening here, all eyes are on what's going on right now. I was looking at some information, I don't know if it was old, of UFO disclosure information earlier on Google searching. And a lot of the recaps of this year and the subject of UFOs is David Grush and him coming forward to Congress. And I think in the new year, there's going to be more push by people, at least where we are in the United States, there'll be more push by some people that are really wanting the Department of Defense to come public and tell people the truth. The organization within the Department of Defense, ARIO, which is the organization that is involved in the study of UFOs and reports from people within the different sectors of the Defense Department, be it Navy, Intelligence, or Air Force, or what have you. The internal group of people that are heading that UFO organization, they have stated that we do not have any retrieved UFO craft, and we do not have any reversed engineer craft. Now we know that's a lie. They found nothing, and these people are people that are within the Department of Defense, right? This is on one of the news clips I was watching earlier tonight. So we all know that's a lie. I mean, it's laughable. It's very laughable what the DOD puts out. It's so laughable. We want to get up to 100,000 likes tonight. So I'm putting the word out, the cosmic coded word, 100,000 likes. That means not just one person having to tap for an hour and a half. Everybody taps equally. It's an equal thing. Like here, it's all about inclusion and equal tapping to get to 100,000 likes. Can we do it? Let's hear a cosmic yes. Cosmic yes. Deborah, her poor fingers almost fell off last night. So everybody help Deborah because she is phenomenal. Everybody tap those fingers to get us up to 100,000 likes. I just want to like ignite the numbers. We love you, Deborah. Thank you. And everybody else, we love you too. If you're finding this show, you're finding a show, not just somebody on TikTok jumping up and down, yelling and screaming. You got the commander in the house here on radio for 20 years from Mars. How good can that get? A contactee from the 60s, the real deal. And all of you are the real deal. Every one of you, because you're here, right? It's not just me, it's all of us on this show together. And the thing is, in my studio here, we have a huge studio. It's all over the planet. My studio is bigger than any other studio because you can sit on a couch in a meditation pillow, on the floor, on carpet, and you can be sitting there watching the show and feel very comfortable. You might have some tea, coffee, maybe you have some apple cider, and you're saying, I'm watching the commander. I have a great seat in the house here. There's no bad seat anywhere in the world to watch what we're doing here on Encounters. It's all good. Hey, Maria. Hero Maker. Hey, good to have you with us. So, welcome to the most important thing in the world, which is a show that's out of this world. I've actually come to the conclusion after the end of this year that this show is a show that is definitely out of this world, without a question. And many of you know you come from other planets, and many of you have shared your stories. And for that, I'm thankful. Hey, friends with furries. Please just get into, as you get to know the show better, become a subscriber. Go to my Venmo on my Cash App. I want to look at that at the end of the night and see some people doing the Venmo with us. You can do the Cash App directly. You can become a member, a subscriber, and a member. 34 of 100 subscribers. That'll go to our night vision equipment. And just now our general funds with our TikTok gifts that TikTok graciously has. If you wish to do a TikTok gift, you can do that at any time during the show. We're going to put in the galaxy. I'm pinning the galaxy up right now. So during the show, the galaxy is there for anyone who wishes to do it. The galaxies are like 1,000 TikTok coins, but you can use any TikTok gift you want during the show, just to let you know. So that's enough of my promotion about that. Let's get into it. We like to interview people. We like to hear people's stories. The content of your stories are always interesting. We had a really interesting story this morning with a woman who had her arm had like these markings, these circles. And it was done by the beings that were in contact with her. They had taken out an implant in her. And it was just the most interesting interview. A matter of fact, that show is on my TikTok. It's on my TikTok. That show is on my YouTube channel. So during the next few days, if you get a chance to watch it, you'll see the interview. Gray Druid was on my show as well before her. And he has some great stories about what they're doing, his contacts, his visitations. Two great interviews this morning. So we want you to know about that. So we also tape, all these shows are being recorded by TikTok automatically, and then I save them and put them on my YouTube channel. I haven't done any lives on my YouTube channel, but I will be starting to promote, I will be going live there on YouTube just to promote what's going to be happening tomorrow night. I'll probably do that sometime tomorrow for YouTubers, because YouTube has YouTubers out there that don't know about this. So everything feels pretty normal. I will say that I'm going to do, again, a blessing here as we're getting into the show. I ask that the Ashtar Command protect every single person in this broadcast. I ask that the Ashtar Command amp up the frequencies and put a perimeter of protection within 1 mile radius of the center of my broadcast frequency. And I ask that the Ashtar Command make sure that nothing other than those that are to be here, who come here. And it's that quickly. I don't do any rituals. That's it. So everything on the show is protected. Everyone is protected. And this is a safe space for people around the world to share their stories. Hey, Marinette, good to see you. And we want to hear your story. So if you have, first, how it works is, if you have 200 plus followers, tell me what you want to talk about. You can come on just audio. If you have 1,000 plus TikTok followers, you can come on here. And I'd like you to be prepared to make yourselves presentable to turn on your camera. We'd like to rather have people on camera if we can versus just seeing an image of a picture. All right. We don't have people coming on here channeling and saying, Commander, I want to come on here and channel a message. We don't do that here. Maybe other places on YouTube and TikTok do it. We don't do it here. This is a talk show of real cosmic contact, so we want to keep it as real as we can possibly be, And if you've been having visitations weekly, the last 7 years, whenever, if you're having contact with people from a certain star system, Andromeda, or wherever it is, I don't know. But if you have a real story to tell, we want to hear about it. And all you have to do is press the guest button and make a request. But before you do that, tell me in sentences right on here what you're going to be talking about. I want to make sure that you're not just a troll or something. Excuse me. So yeah, definitely let us know what you want to talk about. If you have any questions and you have enough followers to come on and ask a question, I will have you on here live and take your questions too, besides reading your questions on here on the thing. Hey, Alex, good to see you. No channels. John Connor does not channel. The night that Godico spoke through John, they took John out of the picture and they communicated just through his consciousness. They weren't channeling anything. And they did that so I was able to understand them, but no, they don't channel. I mean, he doesn't channel. Godico will be a direct communications tomorrow night, Alex. It'll be through radio frequencies. And so that's the way we're going to do it. Alex, also, Godico has learned English, so he's able to speak, and I'm able to understand every single word now when he comes through. Good question. I had somebody ask me earlier whether, how this was going to work, and so that's primarily the way it will happen. Hey, David, welcome to the show. Hey, Susan. Nonchalant. All the new people coming in here. We're glad to have you with us here on Encounters. And it's just good to have all the people. Joshua, good to have you with us, Joshua. Hello out there. Michelle, Crystal, Sexy Gomes, I think it is. Joshua, welcome to the show. Hey, Gul, good to have you with us. Nancy, good to have you with us. Gul, thank you for the heart. We appreciate the roses. Everything, every gift really is very, very appreciated here. Curtis Davis, welcome to the show. Tarth, 220-something. Deborah D, thanks for the likes. Hey, Alaska, we've had you on before, Zilla. How you doing? Hope things are not snowing up there. Patty, welcome. Ola from Washington State. I think it's Emlyn, Ken Dominiski, Ruby, thanks for the likes. Hi, Eve for life. A lot of good people in here, all over the place. Chabert, no sin. No snow yet, just the mountains. Yeah, okay. So again, there's a lot of things happening as we're getting amped up. More and more, since the contact happened, my frequencies have been amped up and adjusted. You might have noticed that in the last month. Information that I share, like I said, I don't read any books. And I shouldn't say I don't read any books. I don't read any internet websites. I just stay clear of websites. All my information is amped up. It started getting amped up when I had contact with Godico late October, early November. So you might see that I have more information or patterns of information come through with me very easily. There's not anything I really need to do other than if I need to share something, I just have the information. I don't need to go looking it up. And I was saying before about the DOD, I'm really on the case of the DOD. For some reason, I really, really, really want the DOD to know that you're doing a disservice to the people and any other similar types of DODs in other parts of the world, being in England or London or Peking or wherever it is. They all have their top secret, cosmic top secret groups within their governments. They all do, right? So for me, I'm like, I love going after the DOD in this country because they're lying so much and they're hedging on telling the people the truth. So I'm fired up. I'm fired up even before I had the cider. I'm fired up. Hey, all the new people coming in here, welcome. This is Encounters. I'm your host, CmdrAleon. We're on here usually at 11. Got on here a little bit late tonight. We'll be on here till probably 1:30. 1:30 in the morning, East Coast. And we will do interviews. I want to keep it real. So if you have any questions regarding things that I'm talking about, and you want to come and you have over 200 followers, you can come on with us. If you are a person with 1,000+ followers, this is all the TikTok stuff you need to know. Then you'll have a camera on your TikTok and you can come on live with audio. Henry says the NSA is behind all illusions and disasters. And they're not the only ones. Naval Intelligence, NSA, CIA, they all have departments that are all connected to this. Space Command in Colorado. Don't you think that the Space Command with their satellites don't monitor spaceships from other worlds? They do. Oh man, they all do. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of intercontact going on between different governments around the world regarding what's going to happen. I am sure privately that even the leaders of the free world, of any part of the world, have been in touch with each other about the pending contact on planet Earth of people from other planetary civilizations coming here to make contact with humanity, with us, with people, you know? And there's nothing that they can do about it. Nothing. You know? We're all awakened. Everybody here watching the show, you're all awake. That's what your spirits draw you here, because you're getting information. You're meeting other people that are also awake. You're finding out that there's something going on here and you're not sure what it is. And you're saying to yourself, like, you know, there's something that's making me want to be here. There's something that I need to know. You know what it is? You're waking up. Your inner spirit is telling you, hey, stop listening to your mind. Wake up. That's what's happening. You know? Thank you, Johnny Miller. See, I got good moderators here. I don't even have to think about trolls. My moderators will kick them right into space. Thank you, Friends with Fairy. So I'm kind of amped up here. I don't know what's going to come out of my consciousness, but I'm just letting it roll. I'm just letting it roll. Just like I never know what we're going to talk about when we have guests on here. Hey, Sassy. So things are getting to cosmically rock and roll on our planet. And I think we're ready for the ending of 2023. A lot of stuff happened this year. How many of you are ready for 2024? How many people are ready for really beautiful things happening in 2024? And there's not going to, so whatever your mind's telling you, that tells you the world is going to like fall apart and there's not going to be a world, don't listen to your mind. Don't listen to it. Your mind's playing games. I will tell you right now that things are amping up in the skies above the planet Earth. If you pay attention, and you're in the big classroom of the universe and you pay attention to what's above you and you really focus, and I mean laser focus, your consciousness, you will see what's happening above you, because it's happening. It's going to increase and get incredibly busy up there. Incredibly busy. Henry says, someone from the inside says it will be over by 2025. Henry, can you tell us specifically where you heard that? About someone who says it will be over by 2025 in terms of disclosure? Let's see here. So we are totally amped up and ready. I have a lot of questions for Godico. We'll be taking your questions once we facilitate communications tomorrow night directly through radio frequency contact. We are going to ask very specific questions. We're going to try to have a sort of a interview with Godico. We finally got to the point now that I'm hoping their communications apparatus on their spaceship will allow them to be able to talk longer than a minute, so that we can actually get a real dialogue going. That's the goal of tomorrow night. So that's our goal. That's really important. Just like when I interview people here on Earth who come on my show, I want to be able to interview Godico and any of his space people on the ship about things about their planet, how they live on their planet. There are many, many questions I have. Many questions. In the first month, it's tough because we're trying to figure out things and build a relationship with something and people that we've never spoken to before. It's not like me sitting here talking to you on the screen or you coming on and being interviewed on here. Now we're talking with somebody on a spaceship, communicating with us on their spaceship. And I've been told, standing behind me, people say, oh yeah, he's right behind you. Now I don't see him. So he's right behind you. So there's a lot of questions. Oh yes, I believe they have the ability. We never asked them about healing, but I do believe that they have the ability to heal. Hey Taz, good to have you with us. Namaste. Thank you, Julie. You know what we do? The people that come in here thinking they're not going to be respectful of this TV program, they will just be kicked out into space. Now, our moderators might mute you for 5 minutes to give you a chance to redeem yourself. And then if you don't redeem yourself, you'll be kicked out into a place where you'll be limited and you'll be actually in a parallel universe that you'll have to try to figure out to get back to Earth. That's going to be kind of interesting, isn't it? We just have the best moderators, man, let me tell you. Yes, Kathy says, do you make contact connections with Godico during your private time? I'm pretty sure they contact me. I'm not honestly aware of it, but I'm pretty sure they do. Great question. Can I ask why you have named yourself Commander? Amber, thank you so much for asking me that question. And I'll explain it, and I'm happy to share it. So when I say commander, on Earth, the word commander means someone's a commandant or a commander. It has a military connotation. When I use the word commander, it's a spiritual word. So where I come from, when someone says CmdrAleon or commander so-and-so, it's a spiritual word. It means I'm in command of my spiritual self. So when I use the word commander, the cosmic definition of commander is we are in command of our own spiritual being. So no one controls me. I'm in command of my total being. There's not one person that can hypnotize me, get me enthralled or anything. I'm totally in control of myself. My consciousness, my cosmic consciousness is my own, and no one can control it. So yeah, that's how I define the word commander off planet. So it's very different from the word definitions on Earth. Great question. And I know I'll be getting that question again by somebody who's new, and it's never an old answer because I always get the question again. Good to know. So that's what the word commander, when I say CmdrAleon, that just means I'm in command of my cosmic being, I'm my Christed being of light. Nobody controls me. Nobody ever will. Oh, that's okay, Amber. Amber says, I know that. I'm not new. I just don't usually comment, and I've always wondered. Well, it's good you asked the question. I appreciate that so much, and that's exactly what that means. So yeah, we're glad you've been here silently, and that you felt comfortable enough to ask me the question. And yeah, I thank you for that. Kathy Knoll says, can you tell us a few things Godico has shared so far? What I find fascinating about Godico is their music. One night when John Connors was on this month, Godico came through the radio frequencies playing space music. Now, my definition of space music is stuff I use in my radio show, ambient space music, higher frequency music. Godico played space music from the space. I mean, they actually played space music that is from the frequencies of space, and it was the most beautiful. It's on one of my shows on YouTube. You'll hear the music they played. And it's not coming from a radio station. They were zooming in music through the radio frequency from their ship. And so, yeah, I think to me, they were sharing some of their beauty of what they love in their music. They create music just by thought. The music is created through the frequencies of sound in the universe. So I don't know how many people realize it, but in space, they can create music just by frequencies of sound in the universe. and they're able to create some beautiful music. So if you watch one of my shows, I don't know which one it was from this month, you'll hear Godico, also the music coming through, and it's coming from them. They're sharing their music. Danny says, I've been picked up 4 times. We're going to have to get Danny on here. Danny, we're going to follow you. You're going to be our next guest to talk about that. Let's see. I think we'll bring him up. We're going to bring Danny up here. So, Danny, you're going to be our first guest for tonight. And let's see if Danny's here somewhere. If I can get him up here. Where is he? Where is Danny? This is Encounters. I'm your host, CmdrAleon. Please keep tapping, everybody. We want to get up to 100,000 likes tonight. I know we can do it at 32.3. We can do it pretty quick. If everybody just taps that, 247 people, not just a few people, everybody collectively tap. If everyone collectively taps, we can do it in a nanosecond. We mean not nanosecond, but you know what I mean. I've got a story about my starseed awakening process, Patrick Denson. I think we need to bring him on. Patrick, you can come on for sure. And I believe, let me see, you can tell us a little bit about your starseed awakening process. I think people that don't know what a starseed is or the awakening process of a starseed would find that interesting. So definitely, if you'd like to come up and share, let me set 800 plus to go on camera. I'm going to check TikTok for a minute. Let me take a look. Danny, Patrick, welcome to our show. And yeah, Patrick's almost at, let's see where Patrick's at. He's at, yes, let me see. He has 804 followers. He just needs to get another 100, 200 followers, roughly. So everybody follow him. Let's get him up there so he can go on camera. But for now, we're glad you can come on here. Welcome, Patrick, to the show. This is Encounters. And can you tell us what it means to be a starseed and how the awakening process happened for you?
It's been like a whole process of coming to, I guess if I could talk at the highest level of understanding that I know. It's just been a process of coming to understand like the correct way to go about providing understanding to people. Just like kind of Jesus did back in the day, because he was a starseed. And it's and my process has kind of taken me through each spiritual awakening step, including with my family, my wife included, to kind of bring us to like a where that starseed concept has now started to at least manifest in real life. And that's like and it was like a full understanding of myself to find my authenticity. And it was really getting down to understanding how my nostalgia and my faith and our perspectives all kind of played a role into allowing us to be our authentic selves. And it was just kind of going through the process step by step, and there's like a million different examples I could give.
And Patrick, do you feel like so now you know your starseed, and 30 years later, people are coming out of the closet like any other thing, and your kids in the background, they're coming out of the closet stating that, you know, they're starseed. As a matter of fact, Coast to Coast, George Norrie had somebody on his show, I think it was this year, for the first time, and they've never done it. Someone who was a starseed speak about what a starseed is. And that's pretty dramatic, because in most UFO shows or shows regarding this kind of stuff, you never had somebody come on saying, I'm a starseed, and most UFO shows would never bring somebody on that way. Now we're at the point now where there are a lot of people that say they're starseed, me included, your host. Do you feel that it's more of an open experience for people now to come out of the closet and say, I'm a starseed, I know who I am? And are you finding more people that you can relate to, even through social media? They're considering they're starseeds everywhere now. So
Yep.
30 years ago, you wouldn't hear that word, but now you are.
Right.
So
Yeah.
do you remember where you come from? It's a multiple question here. Do you remember where you come from, and did you have any initial encounters at some point, like that were real, that you remember?
My understanding of my own personal self and the way that I can relate it back to make sense on my experience, is that I basically was born into reality that we live in a lucid dream kind of state.
And can you
Um,
come closer to your mic or something? You sound like you're a little bit distant.
Sorry, let
I'm
me
not
move.
sure
Is
why.
that better?
Yeah, that's a little bit better. You sound like you're a little bit far away,
Sorry.
but there you go.
Okay. Basically, it's like I came to the understanding that when I was born, that this starseed concept was that internal monologue in my head from a child, and that was like my point of reflection growing up.
Hmm.
But I have now, at least now, come to the point in life where relationships are. I've went through the whole process of you know how when you start to go through a spiritual awakening, and you kind of push everything out that's not supposed to be
Right.
aligned with you.
That's right.
I've went through that with every family member, kind of. Like right now, I'm considered the devil to a lot of them, just because how drastic my life transition was from a year ago to where it is now.
Wow, that's
It,
amazing. I mean,
yeah,
that what's amazing is that they would attack you that way, in that extreme way. That's
well,
but that's going to happen sometimes, I guess.
yeah. And it all came down to an understanding, and it wasn't about the words. It was just about our transfer of energy between individuals, person and person. And then when my confidence, which is what it was, would I would get lined up with a task that aligned with me. And then
Hmm.
I'd be put into a situation where I could either choose to be, as boisterous but as positive as I could
Yeah.
with the situation to ask fellow pastors or pastors that I was going to church with, stepping on their toes
Oh, because
about
you
different.
came from a church, so you came from a church background.
I was um I was born into my grandma's like the Christian reinforcement that I've been brought up in, and then
Yeah.
it came into a basically a full understanding that my quote unquote religion that I label myself as is just Saiyan,
Hmm.
Saiyan, and
Hmm.
and it's only because there's no way that you can unexplain it to anybody. When you ask me what religion I follow, it's just I'm a Saiyan, and that relates in my life back to Dragon Ball Z, which was like a cartoon for kids, anime show,
Hmm.
and that there's like a Saiyan race, which is like
Hmm.
the race, and it was just I don't know this weird process it was pushing everybody away, stepping on their toes,
Yeah.
understanding them, allowing whatever process was kind of driving me crazy through my
Yeah.
awakening
Hmm.
process to
Yeah.
keep working for me,
Hmm.
and kind of using that law of attraction type concept where that I didn't understand until a certain point that concept would start working for me, and then you get thrust into situations where you tell a pastor that he's teaching his church wrong, not about God,
Yeah.
but just about how he's not providing understanding in the right way. And
Well, yeah. I mean, I always tell people on this show, Patrick, that whether you're in the Hebrew religion, whether you go to church, whether you're a Catholic, a Christian, Muslim, whatever, all the 3D religions do not tell people the cosmic truth of the reality of our planet or anything about us. That it's all part of a matrix. There's many different matrices of control. Religion's one of them. The
yeah,
political things are another matrix. The social conditioning of the planet is a matrix. TV, major networks are part of a matrix of control. So
yep,
once we break down the matrix, which what this show is about, beyond having our space contacts, once
yep,
we have the liberation of contact with our star family, which is many planetary worlds, the matrix busted, the controls busted, all the things, including religion, fall apart. Once the religions fall apart, there is no religion, and that's probably going to be a really good thing for planet
It would
Earth.
be. Yeah.
You know?
It was this, I did kind of come to the understanding how our matrices in our heads is what it really was. It was like a collection of everything that we've been taught from
Yeah.
our parents and their grandparents. That all that trauma resides in our cells, and it's carried through your body from baby to mom, mom to baby, whatever. And that matrix concept in my head developed into all these things that were artificially programmed into me. But
Yeah.
understanding that I was a part of this matrix, understanding what the hell was going on by understanding that BlackRock and all these other corporations and all the stuff that drives you to feel crazy was kind of the route that you go to wake up, because that's the route that nobody wants you to go down. And then understanding that, and then overstanding, the people that would kind of step on my toes when I tried to get more boisterous with my attitude and my remarks in work in public. And I started walking around the other day when we were at a water park with the kids over Christmas, and because it was like it's like a belief thing that I've come to understand, and Christmas was a big one. So we changed it up this year to the water park, and my public way to embarrass my family is to start talking about how gravity doesn't exist.
Yeah.
In public, just to make the scene real well, and I embarrass my kids and stuff. It's fun. But yeah, it was I don't know. It's just it's been a process that's brought us to kind of where we're at, where I've publicly now, within a handful of like weird TikTok videos that I've put together, kind of built up like a Starseed Academy concept, which is like the best rendition of me going through my own personal spiritual awakening process.
Right. And sharing that process with other people. Yeah.
When sharing right now, everybody, when you start to talk to people that are still in your personal bubble that you see in your reality every day, they don't understand the things that you're trying to do, and so it scares everybody away. So nobody wants to talk about anything because the school systems are still so scary to detach your children from. But it's like where's that process where we got this whole concept built up, and that's kind of what my Starseed awakening has brought me to. It's brought us into like a weird. It's brought us into like a weird synchronicity season, where you start noticing those numbers everywhere, and it's not just numbers. It's like the next thing you stumble into that you just have to walk out of, and it's just.
Just think of it this way, Patrick. I appreciate you coming on here and sharing a bit about yourself. I think just look at this. You're not alone. Look at how many people we have here on our show every night. There's Starseed, and this is only a very small percentage of. Just imagine the billions of, the millions of Starseed that are not on TikTok. They're all over the place. So it's good you're coming out of the closet on my show and saying you're a Starseed. You're explaining how that process works for you. And if for every person that does become or remember becoming or connecting with the fact that they are from the stars, star seed, that they've come here from other planets, once you come to that reality, you're never alone. You're not, especially now. I mean, 30 years ago, maybe it was isolated. But on this show, we always encourage people to come out of the closet who are star seed, to be who they are. So I appreciate you coming on here and sharing a bit about your life and pushing the buttons that you're pushing. And you're also breaking the matrix. And maybe those people will be scared to talk, but you always can walk in your light and keep walking up that cosmic mountain, because eventually they're going to look back and say, you know what, Patrick was right. They might not be saying it right now, but when the contact starts happening physically on our planet, they're going to be saying, I didn't know that you were telling the truth. But they will. They'll get there.
Told you moment type of deal, but it's something that I'm not looking forward to, because I know how that on your own personal ego. So that's just whatever.
Well, I know you have a very active house going on there with the kids. So I'll let you get back to family.
My boys have turned into little magnets. So yeah, they're.
There you go. There you go. Hey, thank you so much for sharing, and you can come on anytime. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, man.
Appreciate it.
Hey, thanks so much. Yep. That was Patrick sharing his connection as a starseed, and we're going to. Let's see here. We've got Skip to Grace. I'm bringing her on, and we're going to bring, let's see, this one other person. I'm going to bring another person on. Only the best will do.
The new details for the UFO hearing that's going to be held in the House.
And we're going to bring also, we'll have Grace. Well, all the best will do. We'll be bringing her on in a minute. But we're
crazy Christmas. We had 22 people.
22.
Yeah, my hair's crazy. 22 people. It was amazing. It was nuts. It was really crazy. But we had, I was actually, we had a full moon on Christmas.
It was crazy. That full moon was crazy.
Yeah. So so where we were, we have a beautiful field in the backyard, and I was sitting in the backyard and doing C5 while people were cooking Christmas dinner. And this latest phenomenon that's going around with the faces that are showing up near the moon?
I haven't heard about that. What is that all about?
Okay, there's sort of this phenomenon going around where people are taking photos and watching the moon, and then they are trying to, it's almost like, how when you would identify clouds as shapes?
Yeah.
So it's this phenomenon where this gentleman took a photograph of the moon or a video of the moon, and it looked like there was a mass. So imagine my head's the moon, and then near the moon is this incredibly giant sculptural face looking down at the moon. And it, of course, it looks like it might be something that someone created. It's very possible just to start a trend.
Right.
But, there are a lot of people who kind of hopped on this, this moon gazing kind of thing. So that night, the night of Christmas, the full moon was out, and I went in the backyard. I was working on the C5 bit, and I saw a face in the moon. I saw not in the moon, but near the moon. And it was Peaky Blinders, religion. Oh, okay, guys talking about it. Really, you're welcome, Patrick. Patrick, just Patrick. Just to go off topic for a second, the gentleman you just spoke to, Patrick.
Yeah.
He came into my live earlier, and he wanted to chat about being a starseed, and I suggested that he come to the show.
Oh, good.
Tonight. So I'm really glad that he came on and he was able to chat.
And thank you, Grace, for telling him about the show. That's great.
Yeah, you're welcome. Listen, I just felt like this is the best place for him to be,
Oh, great. Thank you.
And it helps others too, to kind of say, hey, not to be afraid. Like, so this morning, the woman you had in the show,
oh, you with the arm, with her arm? That show is on my YouTube channel. I thought that was, it was something I've never seen on my show before. And Grace, you want to explain what you were saying? Because it was definitely different.
Yeah, it was extremely unique, and she was very, very sweet. And it was an interesting story because she had the NDE.
Your death experience.
She started to have these communications, right? This contact.
Yeah.
And then she was sketching and drawing and being told to sketch and draw, but then she was being her forearm, her arm, all damaged with there was skin punctures or something.
Yeah, punctures. They're all the same punctures too, all along this one part of her arm.
I just wonder if it was I couldn't help but think it was self-inflicted, but she won't know what's going on unless she films herself.
Yeah.
If she sets up a video camera and she watches in the evening when she sleeps, there's got to be something to it. I would just always want to debunk. And,
right, me too.
So anyway, the impression I got with her, and then we'll get back to the moon thing.
Right, yeah.
Is I felt that she was... first of all, I recommended that she contact Dr. Alexander Eben. Have you ever heard of him?
No, explain who Dr. Alexander Even is. This is
So
Encounters.
Dr. Eben is a neurosurgeon, famous neurosurgeon who is no longer practicing. But when he was a famous neurosurgeon, he had a brain aneurysm / stroke and went in a 3-day coma. And during his coma, he experienced a outer body experience. He had like a NDE / outer body / encounter. I mean, his story is really, really interesting because he, it talks about his going into his trauma, what happened while he was experiencing his trauma, and then what he experienced coming out of it and how it completely changed his life because the medical facilities and the medical field did not align with what he was talking about.
Yeah.
And he started an entire website movement. He wrote the book. I mean, now that we're talking a long time ago now, but her experience just sort of hit home. And I recommend in the chats that she contact him because he's very open to contact, especially if you've had an NDE, because he collects data.
On NDE experiences, correct?
Yeah. And I get the feeling like there might, and I've been finding, and I don't know if you agree with this or not, Commander, but I feel like a lot of people who come on the show, there is a correlation between contact, NDEs, and paranormal.
Yeah, and some of the people, yes,
falls under the umbrella. You know how we always talk about the umbrella?
Yeah.
I'm finding, because we listen to these stories so often, that there is actually this correlation or there's a connectivity of some sort. And so I guess it's weeding out whether or not, like for you with your contact experience, you didn't have trauma.
No,
I
no trauma
did
at
not
all.
have trauma in my contact experience. I didn't experience trauma at all. And so I wonder, like, if there's a correlation there, because I know she had mentioned she died from a drug overdose.
Yeah, she talked about that.
And I wonder if it was the drug overdose that was like self-inflicted or was an accidental drug overdose from like medication that she was taking. So there's all these like variables and questions and things.
Yeah.
But I always felt that it was really an interesting conversation.
Her whole story was the fact people need to watch that show. I posted it on my YouTube channel, which is Astro Command Spaceship News, and her name was Worst Witch was her TikTok name.
Yeah.
And she was really a very beautiful person. And when she showed us the physical stuff that happened, she said how it happened. I don't remember how it happened exactly, but they did these things to do some clearing of her body. But I've never seen anything like that done to a person by a non-terrestrial group of beings. So, I mean, yeah, I had a lot of questions still, in my mind. You want to make sure, but at the same time, she was very determined that this is, in her shoes, this is exactly how it happened, so I've never seen it before. I don't think anybody had. When you see what she shows you on her arm, it's like these circles are perfect circles in that one portion from the mid section of her arm going down. There are these perfect indented circles on her arm, in her skin. And, it was the most interesting thing when she described how it happened and the implant being taken out.
It was super interesting. And I also have a bunch of questions, and I would have, I wish I could have hopped on and asked her, because there were so many things flying in my mind. But I also feel, I hope she saw the comments, and I hope that she, because that's and she didn't talk about her NDE experience either. So that's why, that was the other thing was.
Yeah, she got briefly into it that day. She was walking and she said it was like a mountain or a pyramid. And she said the landmass was solid, And so she got only a little bit into the NDE experience. I was, I was gonna try to. I didn't have enough time to get into it, but she comes back on again. I'd love to hear more about that NDE experience part, because she did talk about remembering certain things. She was describing the mountain, or a pyramid that was a mountain, or a mountain that looked like a pyramid, and some beings there that she was physical. It was very interesting.
Yeah, the whole thing was so interesting. So I actually had all right, so getting back to the moon.
Yeah.
So now and hopefully we'll hear from her again at some point, or she does have success finding Dr. Eben, because he's fascinating. His story is fascinating, and he was a renowned neuroscientist that they didn't listen to him.
Yeah.
People didn't want to hear about it. And, this is very similar to the experiences that people are having with contact.
Right.
Because the contact scenario is very similar to just people not believing what you have to say. The majority of people in the world, well, unfortunately, when I did the live earlier, I realized that people are not quieting down enough. They don't understand how to do what is called contemplative work, or quiet time, or meditation.
Like contemplation, reflection.
Yeah, it's a contemplation work, or be contemplative is like a dumbing down. You say dumbing down, but I say dumbing down, but I don't really mean dumbing down. I mean just like shutting it off, and do something that shuts you off. And so
what you're talking about, you're talking about, I think, Grace, what she's trying to say on encounters is not dumbing down, but you're to just let go of all these, 10 bazillion thoughts in your brain, getting the brain to get quiet, which is not easy for humans to get your brain to be quiet, right? So
yeah,
you're talking about is quiet down your brain, take a moment, sit down, take a deep breath, relax, and just be still. I think that's really what you're getting at, that people aren't being still.
Yeah, and
Right.
they're not turning it off. They're not turning, how we have the knobs on the radio, and we shut the volume down. We can turn the volume off. We're not turning it down. We're not winding it back. We're not turning it down. There's a million ways to put it. But our society, because I was doing a lesson on medieval illuminated manuscripts tonight, and with gold leaf. And so it's the kind of work that comes from the Book of Kells, or the Book of Hours, which was done in illumination technique, which is an art technique. And what's really interesting is that it's contemplative work. It's the kind of work where you're quieting your mind, you're slowing down like the rev. How when an engine revs, and you put an engine into first gear, second gear, third gear, when you have to downshift on a standard. It's like that. It's like downshifting a little bit, taking a step back. We don't know how to do it. We are society so filled with so much noise that we don't listen. And so I guess my point is that the lesson I was doing, and people were saying in the chat, yes, I always have to be filled up with something. So we talk about this very often, being vessels and waiting as vessels to be filled with something.
That's right.
And so we're always filling something, right? If we think about it, we're filling it with TV, we're filling it with food, we're filling it with, videos, we're filling it with chatter, with conversation, whatever it is, shopping.
Constantly, yeah, always.
So it becomes a distraction. It's driven to distraction. And what happens when you're driven to distraction is you don't have time to really hear and get downloads from your outer, your being, the core of the essence, right? The creator, the higher dimensional plane. We can't even connect enough we don't quiet down enough to even connect to our biofield.
We can't connect to the divine level. What you're saying is, and this is Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show. Grace is our guest as usual. And what we're talking about is, you're right. People, if they get quieted down enough, they can get connected to the divine levels of frequency. And that frequency, that divine level, the creator or God, it's all the same thing. Once you come quiet enough to listen to that, then you can start to relax, take some breaths and say, wait, oh, I didn't realize this. But you can't realize it if you're chattering, if there's chattering all over the place. If you're walking in the streets of New York and there's lots of noise and people, cars honking their horns, that's not allowing yourself to calm down into the consciousness. You end up becoming so wrapped up in everything around you with all the noise and the moving around, and you're getting all stressed out and, whatever. But what you're saying, Grace, is if people just were to calm down, and you're really good at this, and explaining it, and even possibly teaching it, is that if people calm down, instead of like going all over the place, thinking they have to run all over across the street, they got to get to the Nathan's hot dog place or whatever it is they're doing. Once they calm down, then they can hear the sounds of the universe. They can hear themselves. But because when they're not at a calm level, they're hearing everything else around them, all the chatter, all the noise, and it actually messes up the frequency within consciousness, because now they can't hear the divine frequency of sound coming down, because everything else is kind of interfering with it. It's like turning on an FM station and you're kind of hearing the music of the classical music, but there's like 10,000 stations interfering with the classical music, so you can't really hear it because it's not clear enough. Right?
Yeah, what's happened is the surface of the planet. We're living, and as you know, we're living on the planet and not in the planet.
Right.
We are covering every single square inch of the surface of the planet with some type of application, whether it be a building or a, right now, by me on the Thames River, they're building that technology where they have the windmills.
Yeah, the windmills, yes, on the sound.
They're building right now, they have around 10 to around, I'd say 4, 8, maybe 8 of them built right now.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to be planting them like acupuncture points in the sound.
Yeah, they are. Yep. That's definitely true.
And I've been watching them build. I can see them building from my top of my deck. Mm-hmm. And I am like, what in the world? It almost looks like a Contact type of, when they first started building it, it reminded me of the movie Contact.
Like the spaceships are going to come, and that's a contact beacon.
Oh my goodness, right? And then
it'd be funny though if it became a contact beacon, the windmills in the Long Island Sound. If you don't know what she's talking about, we're in Connecticut, and there's a thing called the Long Island Sound that goes out to the Atlantic Ocean, and they're building these windmills in the Long Island Sound that can produce energy. So, hey, wouldn't it be kind of interesting if they became contact beacons?
I can't help but think there's something there with them, because they're like, first of all, I can see right towards where they're being built. If I put binoculars on, I can see everything that's going on.
That's right.
And there's so much technology. There's so much that we're covering the planet. Every square inch we're paving over, right? Like today's Paradise put up a parking lot.
Right.
We just don't, is it progress? Is it truly progress? I don't think so. I think that what's happening is we have to go further and further out to get into nature and to get into, because that's what you need to do. Someone in the comments said, I live outside of New York City and it's hard to find the stars in the sky. And I said, that is actually, I crave, the darkness and the night sky and nature.
Mm-hmm.
So it's totally, it robs you of your true essence, I think, when you are constantly bombarded by.
Yeah. And that's what it is. What you're talking about, Grace, is because we're bombarded in the earth by so many earth-based frequencies and structures and things, that it is true. People, I mean, if you want to have, and this all revolves right back to encounters, is what we're talking about is finding a very quiet place as a person, whether it be at an empty beach. This time of year, you can find an empty beach on the coast. It's great. You just sit down, get a nice blanket, and just sit there and let the waves come in. You can calm yourself, your energy, so that you can hear the universe. You can hear the energy of the spheres of the universe, and that's what our space brothers do. They hear the music of the universe. Most humans don't, because we're so wrapped up in everything on this planet, be it your TV screen, be it whatever. We're so wrapped up all the time, and we're so wrapped up like we're tied up like a Christmas tree, and we're so wrapped up that we can't even come loose enough to feel anything other than what's around us. But if we relax, we can actually start to feel the things we feel. Like when you have sensitivity, it also goes back to like when I'm on here and I say, well, I think I feel something happening, that. And those people say, I feel so. I'll say first, oh, I feel this energy coming. Like tonight, I don't feel anything, but I'll feel like an energy, a cool breeze, and I'll know that the space people are with me, and I'll say, wow, I'm feeling this energy. And people know. If you have that energy going through your body and you're sitting here watching this, say, Commander, I'm also feeling that energy, because now you're not thinking so much about it. You're feeling it, you see? And what you're talking about is connecting with the feeling, not so much all the chatter that's going on around you, which kind of affects your ability to settle down.
Yeah, and Linda Lovely in the chat said, I'm in MI. Is that Minnesota? Our skies are so gray.
That's Michigan.
Michigan. Our skies are so gray, it's pitiful. Hardly ever see the sun and never see the stars. That I totally get that, because we've been experiencing that here. We've got like a handful of like sunny days here. But so I studied for a little while with Buddhism, and what you do is you'd go into a dark closet somewhere, find a dark space, even if you have to go into a closet, and just go completely black, and go into meditation and do it every day. And you'll see the things you'll go to the places you want to go when to meditate. You'll go to the places that you need to go to, and you'll get that same refresher that you would get if you go into nature. But you gotta make it like a space where you don't see any light, and you just gotta meditate. Hey, James.
And
this is James. Darth James.
Darth James?
What's happening?
I'm telling James is here.
He's practicing. James is practicing for. I don't want to spill the cosmic beans, but he's going to Hollywood and in LA, and they're doing a new movie on actually Star Wars. It's going to be a miniseries, and James is going to be playing the actor Darth Vader, the new version, and he's laughing now, but that's what he's practicing for the movie.
Yes. I am practicing my dark side.
Hey, welcome, brother. Good to have you with us.
How was your holiday? Did you have a good holiday?
Oh, man. It was relaxed, chill, cool. It was great. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
It surely was. Hey, Commander, I'm going to sing you a song.
Oh,
did you ever know that you're my hero? Everything I wish I could be.
That's a great song.
That's a great song.
I could fly higher than an eagle, 'cause you are the wind beneath my wings.
I feel so honored by that song. James did a very good job with that. Thank you, James.
That's so funny, James. So listen, I got to finish telling you what I saw when I saw the moon, the face in the sky. Okay, James, have you been hearing about the phenomenon with people looking and seeing a face? Like
the clouds and the moon together making a face?
It creates like this gorgeous.
I have seen it.
Okay.
I have seen it.
I was at Christmas Eve I forget what night it was. It might have been Christmas Eve night, but when we had the
Yeah.
full moon, I looked up at the sky and I looked up and I was like, I see something above, a face above the moon.
Yeah.
And it looked like the commander.
Whoa!
Are you serious? Are you serious? By the way, speaking of which, we're almost at 60,000 likes. I want everybody to amp it up here. Share with people who that you think would be good people to watch this show. Share now. Everybody share. Also, I want to get up to 100,000 likes before 1:30. So in 30 minutes, I want to be over 100,000 likes. I know it's a little bit of pressure.
Harmony Rachel in the chat is saying, please come up.
Pressure.
Harmony Rachel. Yeah, I know who Rachel is. Yeah, we'll bring her up. And I want, people to hit us up, get us up to 100,000 likes. We did it last night. I want to get it. I want my audience tonight to get me up to 100,000 likes. Can you do it? Let's hear it. Yes.
The guy that says I'm a woman, prove me wrong, can get 2 million likes. Commander can get at least 100,000.
Yeah, I should be able to get 100,000 likes. I should be having actually 100,000 people watching this show, because when I look at the TikTok tags where you tag like the name like an extraterrestrial and says how many people are on those tags or followers of that, if you put in things, when I put the videos on that I post, FYP or whatever, it tells me that there's billions of people interested in UFOs. Now, if there's billions of TikTokers interested in UFOs, where are all these people that are interested? So, yeah, let's get up to 100,000 likes right now, folks, right here on the show. Please show your support. Become not a follower, but become a subscriber to my TikTok. We have 3,400 on the store. That funding will go to our C5 equipment. Grace is part of our Astronaut Command C5 group. Also, go to my Venmo app on TikTok here on my main page. Do 5, 10, or 15 if you want to there. But I really, really will push more. I don't do it. I'm pretty laid back about it, but I really want people to use your TikTok coins on our show. If you've got them, whatever amount of TikTok coins, use a couple of them and support the program and support the show here that we do pretty much nightly. It's become a nighttime show. It wasn't really what I thought was going to happen when I first got on TikTok, but I love it. We're on nighttime, and it seems to be that that people do also. And I didn't know how many people are on at night, but there's a lot of people that are all over the world, and so it's nice to have her. My Twisted, thank you for the roses, all the roses that we're getting.
All us nightmare birds.
I've always been a night person. My consciousness has always been creative at night. For some reason, I can't help it. I'm just a night person. I know James is. I know that Grace, you are to a certain extent until you get tired and have to go to sleep. But
Grace has a shut-off point sometimes.
She does have a shut-off point sometimes.
I do. Yes, I do.
So
hey, I wanted to tell you, I had a really good conversation with Sonic Viola player. He was doing a live today, and he was practicing his Bach concerto.
Oh.
And he was also telling me about some of his out-of-body type experiences. Sounds fascinating stuff.
I love that. I love that, and I would imagine that you can get there pretty with that type of music. He's come on to my live a couple times. That's what happens to me when I'm painting. I go into like a zone, and I like almost like my mind and my heart kind of meet together like this, and it's like my heart comes up to here and my mind comes down to here, and it kind of resonates right there, and I can travel like into different dimensional realms. It's amazing.
When you were doing your sound bowls earlier, I had the phone on. I was in the shower, and you hit this tone. I think you had this gold thing in your hand.
Yeah, I got a new bowl for Christmas.
And the whole bathroom was shaking.
What? I feel like that bowl reminds me of a spaceship.
It does.
Wild. It's made out of a couple of different metals.
Missy's saying hello.
Hi, Missy.
Hello.
Missy says, "Send the commander some galaxies and some fish." She's saying,
I think
"I'm
the
here because I
commander
want the."
said some fishies.
Missy's telepathically saying,
Fishy
"Send me some galaxies,
galaxies.
everybody. Anybody want to send Missy a
Oh,
galaxy?
how cute she is.
Do it for Missy.
Yeah,
So cute. She's beautiful.
Send Missy some galaxies.
my
Maybe some.
man, the dang cat's
Oh,
tired of that dry food. You got to send Commander gifts so he can get some of
oh,
that fancy feast.
we love Missy. If you love Missy, send me some gifts. If you love Missy, send me some
And
gifts."
look, you got a cat paw for Missy.
So any
Meow
news?
meow 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 meow
I'm
meow
gonna let
meow
her
meow
down. I
meow
think she
meow
wants
meow
to get
meow
down.
meow
Oh
meow
my
You
meow
know,
God,
meow
how
they,
meow.
cute
you
that
know,
was.
the ragdolls go limp. She's limp right now because that's their characteristic. When you hold them, they'll go limp for a while. I'm gonna put you down, baby. There you go. Oh,
Great. Someone
okay.
wants
Sorry
to know
about
if you
that.
can play the bowl for us.
I can play it. Yeah, you want to hear it? I'll
Commander, have you
grab
heard
it.
this bowl, the new bowl?
No. I heard the old bowl. I haven't heard the new bowl.
I
The new
got a new
bowl looks like a
one.
UFO spaceship.
So this is the picture of my full moon behind me here that I saw the commander's face above the moon. I'll go get the bowl.
And in the meantime, we're glad to have everybody here on Encounters. Hey, Susan, thank you. That means so much, Susan. You're great. And everybody here who's gifting, you're all beautiful people. And if you're not gifting, you're still beautiful people. I know not everybody can do that.
Hello.
And then I have Missy. Missy's on the ground letting me rub her belly as
All right,
we're
you guys
on the
ready?
road. She's right. Yeah. Go ahead.
So this is, let me get off the green screen because I want you to see it. So this is my new bowl. It's beautiful. It's metal. It's got an Om in the middle.
Yeah.
So this was, this has got the Om healing sound. But when I play this, so this is really different from my crystal sound bowls because the crystal bowls are very, very delicate.
What happened to her? Rachel disappeared. I don't know. She tried to come on. I tried to put Rachel on here, and I think she's having some contact problems.
Oh,
I'm gonna
Hey,
try.
where's what's his name? The guitar guy.
The guitar guy.
Not Miles. Oh man.
Oh yeah. I know. Guitar something. I haven't heard him. I haven't seen him on for a while.
Riley.
Yeah, I haven't seen him on at all for a while.
Yeah, I haven't seen Riley.
Maybe
And
he's been
Midnight
working.
Stories never came back on.
Midnight Stories never came back.
Never came back on. Never came.
But you know what? All the people that have disappeared, the one thing that's constant is that this show is protected from all outside influences.
All right.
Thank you for Susan. Go ahead.
Got to warm up a little bit.
You have a translucent bowl. It's actually disappearing and the sky is showing with the sun. She has a translucent bowl. Hey, Robert. Hey, welcome. You know, as you were doing that, Grace, I was thinking that can bring in Godico to make communications here tonight just by doing that frequency.
Do you know that it talks? It talks. So listen to it. Listen to this. Because I was just like, what in the heck? So I was playing it, and when I got it, I was like, okay, this is interesting. It's kind of different. It's heavy. And when you play it, you have to hold it like in your palm, so it's quite heavy. The sound bowls, the crystal sound bowls, I don't have to hold. They sit on the ground on a rubber like ring, so I don't have to like put any of my effort into it, and except for just playing. And this is a Tibetan sound bowl, handmade with a couple of metal, like different metals in it. But it speaks. There's something to it. Okay, so listen to this.
Oh, man.
Whoa, Kimberly says she's got a UAP out her window right now. She got enough people to... Man, Kimberly, you better join us.
Hello.
Oh, my gosh. Hey, we have Kimberly on. And also, I want to say something. As you're doing that, Grace, with that, I'm feeling an energy. I'm feeling like a coolness right now. I want to ask people, and we have Kimberly, she's seeing a spaceship outside. I want to ask people, are you feeling, as she's doing the bowl, are you feeling a coolness coming across your body right now? Anybody?
Do you guys hear that?
Yeah.
I hear it. Sounds like talking in the background.
Okay, there's no one.
I feel nothing.
Here.
Not me. I feel a purr feeling. Okay. Well, my cat was saying something. Okay. But I feel some energy around me. Doesn't mean you do, but I am.
Really acid
reflux.
When I saw this, I was told to contact Commander. I'm not kidding.
Really?
I wasn't even on TikTok.
Go ahead, Kimberly. Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
And tell us about what's going on. What's going on right now?
I have lots of orbs surrounding my house. Green fog, purple fog, and I've got an especially beautiful sight in front of me.
Where are you located?
I am in Park Hill, Oklahoma.
Yeah,
Oklahoma.
By the lake.
She has a lot of sightings where she is. And as you were mentioning, you
take pictures.
I'm sorry, what?
Pictures or video?
Oh yeah, I do.
Ooh.
Yeah, haven't you been on before? Don't you have?
Oh, she's been on before. She's got some really interesting stories. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't you have the Native American territory?
I do. Yes, ma'am. Yes, I do.
Okay. Yeah. I've been thinking about you recently. I think it's interesting that you hopped on tonight. So are you having you're down south, so I'm just wondering, because a lot of Northern Light stuff is showing up in different places in the country. I'm just wondering if that might be part of it.
No, I was we were digging a well the other night when I talked to you last, Commander. And so we dug water, this fog totally came up out of the ground with the water, and it was and then that's the night we saw the spaceship. It was just energy coming out of the fresh water.
Oh, wow.
And as you're talking about that, Kimberly, I gotta say, because if I don't say it, I'm gonna just look back and say I should have said it. So I'm feeling this coolness, and people know when I'm on here and I say this, it's true. Not everybody out there is feeling it, but I know some people said, no, I'm not feeling anything, and that's probably true. But I'm feeling a coolness now that I didn't feel before. And it's like a flowing energy, like a beautiful feeling of energy. Some of you are feeling it, I'm sure, out there. We have 215 people. If you just sit quietly and sit still and not think about it, then tell me whether you feel anything or not. I feel it on my right leg flowing up. Okay. I feel this coolness, like right now, all around me, there's this coolness, like a beautiful coolness. I can only explain it that way. Almost as if to say, and I probably will go with my feelings, almost to say that I feel that Godiko is here with me right now in a non-physical reality, that he's right here. And I feel really beautiful coolness coming through. And, I don't know if he would say I'm here through the TikTok, but I feel this energy. And I usually know now, I've gotten used to it, to know that that means contact at some point. So it might not be, we're getting close to Friday night, and I think the energies are getting ready for what's going to happen tomorrow night at 11 p.m. Eastern with Gatico. James will be certainly here whispering. But
he's gonna come for you.
Yes, he is.
He's gonna mess with your books.
Yeah, no, I don't have too many books to mess with, so it'll have to be the crystals.
He's gonna mess with your crystals.
Yeah, well, that'll be all right. But seriously, there's a coolness, like a breeze, and I can sit here doing the show and not say I'm feeling something. So when that stuff happens, man, on here, I'm going to tell you, I feel some energy shift. And I'm really, you know me all by now, that if I feel an energy shift coming through, I'll tell you. And when more than one person tells me they're feeling what's going on, some people on the live here are saying they're feeling the same thing I'm feeling, I know that there's something going on. I know that there's something happening. I know that there is definitely something going on. So it's just like to explain it to people who are watching as a contactee, when you have this feeling, like I know the differences between like just a regular breeze coming through the window, which all the windows are closed. I know it's not freezing in Connecticut, and there might be a little bit of air leaking through the window, but it's not that, because for most of the evening I felt nothing at all, and now I feel this coolness.
I'm actually leaning out my bedroom window, and it's cold outside.
It's cold out where you are. Yeah, it's a really cold down south right now, and then where you are in Oklahoma, that way it is cold too. I think I also want to, and again, we'll stay on. I'm going to stay on till about 1:45 Eastern. We're going to bring John Connors up. John Connors is here. And we're, like I said, John and I are getting ready for tomorrow night. I will have my radio delivered. I went on Amazon and tracked it. I will have the radio that we're going to be using tomorrow night. I'll have it sometime tomorrow delivered by Amazon, and I'll be hooking it up for tomorrow night's program. Kimberly, we have Kimberly on here, Grace, we have James, and we have John Connors as well on here. So we have John in here. Hey, John, how you doing?
Oh, pretty good. My name's Red Hot. I'm
I knew he was going to do that.
Look at
what's up, James? How you doing?
I am a Cyberdyne creation from Skynet, John Connor. I've come to take you to Sarah Connor.
That's me. I'm John Connor. How you doing?
See what you started, James? You see what you started?
What's up, guys?
Funny. Hey, how's it going, brother?
Look at that. Look at that beautiful face. Show him that smile, John. Show everybody that smile. Look at that guy.
That's not a normal John Connor. The John Connor that you guys are used to, he has like long hair. I'm bald.
Yeah.
But he's better looking than the one on the movie.
See, check this out. This is what just came through my backyard.
Oh, wait a minute. What the heck?
What is that, a recording?
Wow.
John, is that a recording?
Yeah, I just recorded it about 10 minutes ago.
While you were in the backyard?
That's amazing. Yeah.
What's that?
Uh-oh.
Whoa. Oh, we lost Kim.
So that recording, John, sounds like it's coming from like sounds from outer space.
It was like right. It was right here. Let me switch this around.
Yeah.
You play the ball while he's outside.
That sound was very interesting. Seriously, we're all kidding around now, but that sound like I'm used to that kind of a sound being a frequency of sound from space.
Yeah, I left it right here. Like this recording. I'll do it like this, push record.
Yeah.
Record. And it'll record. Actually, wait. Record right there. And then if it's hearing noises, it'll be on orange. And I'll stop it. Stop it. Now I play. If he's hearing noises, it'll be on orange. And I'll stop it.
That's interesting. It sounds like, John, it sounds to me, reviewing the audio, it sounds like sounds from space, like sounds from space coming through.
Yeah, so it's. Yeah, listen to that.
Sounds like a dang transformer.
It's very interesting. Sound. It sounds like sounds from space. If anyone understands frequency of sound from space, I get right away that that's coming from space.
Yeah, Commander, it sounds like those old tapes from back in the day. Sounds from space. Yeah. Grace, you are glowing. You got a good aura tonight.
Grace, isn't the sound interesting when you're listening to, like, you just really focus on the sound, if just clear your mind. It is very, very interesting.
Okay. You think that's interesting? Check this out. That's slow motion? Fast?
Yeah.
Okay, so now.
No, you're on mute.
And John, can you explain what you think it is that as you're listening to it? What's your perspective on that?
I think it's part of the frequency barrier I just broke because I was trying to understand. Hold on a second. Oh, jeez. My key's there again.
Yeah.
I was trying to get the understanding of the simple fact that if I was putting out a low band, a wide band, or a certain lower frequency, it should send me something back, or not at all.
Mm.
But the first ones, those are the ones I sent out last week, and I'm just getting back now.
So you sent it last week. You're getting the reception back now. It's coming back.
That's what I think. I think that's just reception from the back where I sent out last week.
Oh,
but,
okay.
Because the tower that I use here. Okay, so you guys see it?
So what's going on with the portal? Are you going to be coming here with the Tesla stuff anytime soon?
I think he's still working on it, right, James?
I put that on hold because I was trying to figure out this whole situation with the static thing. But I want to say probably. I mean, if I figure it out sooner, more power to me. But as of right now,
I told him. I just say to John, just when he has it ready, when he feels it's ready, he'll know.
You didn't see this, huh?
There's no rush. What's that?
I got it to finally go.
Wow! And what? Can you explain what that is for people watching this?
This is your creating your own momentum with magnetic waves, your own self-propulsion generator.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you were working on that. I remember that a while ago.
Earlier today, right, John?
Yeah, earlier today. Yeah, but I figured it out completely. What I want to do is make this my own essential travel ley line that we all can travel off of.
So you're actually making that into a Stargate machine, correct?
Yes.
Did you get it to self-perpetuate yet?
Yeah. I had it going for like at least an hour.
Oh wow.
But it has to be
so people watching this. Yeah. So people watching this, he's creating a Stargate, and what he's going to do is when it's completely ready, we're going to have John come through a Stargate to where I am here in Connecticut, and I'll be broadcasting it live at a crystal shop in our community. And my friends own the crystal shop. They're beautiful people. In a big meditation room, we're going to set up our live broadcast on Encounters and have John coming through the portal, and he'll appear right in the store. And we're talking, this is real.
And he's going to have a big bottle of Frank's Red Hot.
I'm going to take him out to have lunch.
I wonder where Rachel disappeared, and so the other lady.
I don't know. She disappeared. I don't know what happened.
And then who's the other woman who just came on? What was her name?
Kim.
Kim disappeared too.
Yeah, she disappeared. Maybe I don't know what happened to her.
There was too much going on. She needed to go outside.
Yeah, we got a lot going on. We're all scatterbrained. It's almost Friday. The energy's high.
Well, she was
2020.
She was seeing She was seeing spaceships before she came on here.
Yeah, Harmony Rachel. She said she had something to talk about.
What, John?
I put it on here and it starts to spin.
Let me bring you up on the thing here a little bit.
There's a starman waiting in the sky. You like to come and meet us.
Oh, wait a minute. Whoa. By accident, John. Oh, there we go. Let me do this here. Okay. I'm putting him on the large screen so you can see it better.
It's not spinning? Now if I put the phone on there?
Wow.
What did you read? UFO or God? What's that? I just read UFO or God. It was phenomenal. Is that the name of it?
It's a book, yeah.
UFO or God.
Who said that?
Somebody said they wrote a book. They read a book.
Read a book. Chris Blesso is the author.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check it out. Yeah, somebody said sing it. There's a star.
And as you look at what John's doing, the things move. It actually is it moving eventually by itself?
It's going to, yeah. It has to get up to a certain amount of a spin, and it has to be a certain area too. And I think where I had it was like right around here.
Did they talk about the Anunnaki in that book? And the UFO of God by Chris Believes. Do they talk about the Anunnaki? I'm just curious.
I don't know if they do or not.
I don't know. I've never read the book, so I can't even be a good person to speak on it.
Short gray with green eyes.
So what John is showing you here, folks watching this, we'll stay on till about 1:45 Eastern, I think. Yeah. What he's showing you is a device he's working on that will be able to allow him to create a Stargate, which will actually facilitate him going through Arizona.
Just off of one.
Off of one, yeah. And then he'll appear right in our friend's crystal shop on a ley line. The crystal shop is on a ley line here where we are. And he'll be coming through that.
Yeah. Damn right I will.
Did you see the Man Who Fell to Earth, the new one?
What's the movie?
It's a series called The Man Who Fell to Earth, but it's a new one.
Really? I've never heard of that.
Yeah, the original was David Bowie was in the original.
Okay.
And that came out in the 70s, but they came out with one last year or 2 years, I think it might be 2 years ago now, that is the same title, Man Who Fell to Earth, and it's really good. It's really good. And what John is doing right now is reminding me of the movie, of that series.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's really good, especially in the end. And he's got like this device he holds in his hand, and it's like it completely opens up into like almost like an egg-shaped portal. It's fantastic. It's so good.
Wow, I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, the one with David Bowie is good in the beginning, and then the one it ends kind of weird.
But it's on Netflix. Linda says it's on Netflix, the one you're talking about.
Yeah, they continue the story on, and it's excellent. It's excellent.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. And speaking of interesting, you're watching the #1 UFO talk show here on social media on the planet, Encounters. I'm your host, CmdrAleon. We have Down a Rabbit Hole with us. Grace is with us, and also part of our crew here, galactically speaking, John Connors.
Yeah, it's the new one, guys. It's new. It's a new one. It's so good. It's better than the first one. The first one was like really kind of out there. It was excellent in the beginning. It was excellent, and then it kind of crossed over into like light porn or something. The first one.
Yeah. Huh.
Hey, while doing that, Commander, I want to tell you. So yeah, I saw the Falcon 9 fly off today, and I got a great video of it. It's really
really?
good.
You got video footage of it?
Cool.
That's good.
And when it went, you can see when it like hits the atmosphere and goes through, because it has that like funky looking like mist around it or whatever kind of ionization they're doing up there.
Yeah.
And it was cool watching the other rockets, the other rockets come down and they land automatically. I don't know if you knew that.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so they launched.
The one that like looked like it was watery when it like hit a certain point.
Oh,
this one didn't.
What that is, that's not their device. It's the device that repairs the firmament if it's being interacted with when it's not permissible.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so they can't do none of that. Cracking the ceiling, they can't do none of it. They can try all they want.
Yeah,
but I watched this thing go straight into what it looked like it went into space.
Yeah, I've heard that they're having difficulty with that.
But I mean, it's so high. I mean, if there really is, Commander says there's nothing up there, but if there is,
well, there's nothing. When I talk about nothing, I talk about when people say that people from other planets can't come to Earth because something's blocking them. That's what I'm talking about. There's no blockage, although there is. From the galactic levels, we are limited to our abilities to go anywhere to a certain extent. Although, when we had on Cheyenne a long time ago, she said that they lifted a rocket off from the Midwest and it went towards Jupiter and back in 25 minutes. So evidently, but that has nothing to do with NASA. That's something in a top secret situation. But yeah.
So this is how it's going to work here.
Yeah.
This is what creates the wind.
Yeah.
Okay. This right here is what creates magnetic waves. You know what? I think I'm gonna have it like this. On this side like this, okay? It does that. That's going really good now.
Wow, see how that's moving, folks, as you're watching. By the way, we're almost at 100,000. We're at 83,900 likes. Let's tap, everybody tap and get us over 100,000 right now on Encounters. Let's do it, everybody.
What the heck is that?
So we needed a little theme music.
And John, can you explain what you're doing in terms of that?
The perfect magnetic spectrum just for this device here. If I do that, it would be more in harmony. But I think I'm going to have to apply it again. Because, it likes electricity to be present. There you go. Okay, there you go.
I'll bring it down just a little bit. The music. There you go. No, bring it down. There you go. Thanks. Too loud. There you go.
Is that better?
Okay. Now, yeah, much better. Yeah, I couldn't hear John.
Sorry.
Okay, so if I remove these, because these are going to need electricity. If I have this just like this, and I put one here, okay, see that over there?
Yeah.
It's already acting.
Turn off the music.
Okay, now they're not doing anything. So
wow.
something is not. It's not liking something about this. Okay, they're moving now a little bit. Okay, so maybe I go the other way.
Yeah.
It looks like one of those giant, like, fidgets.
So what John, I think, is trying to get everything in sync with each other, correct?
Yeah.
And you can see, again, if you have any questions about what John's doing, please let us know. This is Encounters. We're at 86,500 likes. I need to get up to 100,000. We're so close. So if we can get up to 100,000 likes before I sign out of here, I'll keep it on till about 2 a.m. Eastern. And please, let's get up to 100,000 tonight.
No wrestling out here. Or you can go to your room. You want to be in trouble? Okay. Let's see here.
Thank you, Deborah.
Oh, here they are. No wonder these guys are on here.
So what he's doing is, and can you explain what you're doing for people that are watching this on Encounters?
Yeah, just trying to balance out this this magnetic, like it has like a little like it's a smooth spot that it likes, you know. But I have done it where it hasn't been on anything at all. Yeah. Which reminds me, I'm gonna try to do that again because I think that's what it really likes is to be on nothing, but its own. Oops, sorry. So this is the bad boy right here. See that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so this, where'd everybody go?
I think Don Rabbit Hole just disappeared. He's still here. Grace is here. I'm here. Well, I got to be here because I'm the host.
Right? Okay, so now I wonder if, hold on. I want to put one of those long ones like this. Oh, here. Like something like this right in here, but that's not going to do me any justice because it's too big there. So maybe if I do this, I have one down here like that. I just want to complete just a nice little spin where it's okay. So now if you see that one, you want it to be able to spin like this,
right,
constantly, but it's not coming up with that. Okay.
It's not coming into sequence with what you're doing with the bigger part of it, right? Correct.
Correct.
Once it's in sequence with the spinning top part, then the energy frequencies are set at the same frequency, correct?
Yep. That's when I can engage another part of the Stargate. There it goes. There's one. There it goes.
Yeah, it's doing it. So look at that. That's really interesting. Watch what he's doing right now. He's not even touching it. Look at it. Well, now it went off, of course. It just decided to go away from that.
A little bit too fast. There it goes. Oh. It has to be like right about here.
Yeah.
The vibration will bring it back in. Only one right now, okay?
Yeah.
I just need to get this in sync here.
While he's doing that, we're at 95,800. We're almost there. We're almost at 100,000. Let's hit 100,000 before 2 a.m. because that's where we're signing off the show for the night at 2 a.m. Eastern. It's been a long night. We start at 11:30 p.m. here on Encounters. And again, tomorrow night, as he's doing this, John and I will be using certain radios, and we'll be doing communications with Godico from their spaceship. So that's going to be an incredible show. And we're going to try to ask a lot of questions of Godico. So please don't forget tomorrow night.
Oh, I lost it. Okay, let me see here. Okay, now see that one's spinning way over here.
Thank you, Mystic. Thank you.
$98.5.
We're at 98.7. I hope everybody, not just one person's pressing their thumb on here. We need everybody. We're at 99,000.
Yeah, you'll see. Go real quick.
$100K. We did 100K, folks, tonight. 100,000 likes. Thank you so much. We're 100,000 likes. Thank you, Kraken. Thank you very much. And we're still going higher. We're at 100,700. Thank you, everybody, for your gifts. We appreciate it so much. All the gifts throughout the evening. Thank you.
Thanks, guys, for the likes. So appreciate that. I'm going to sign off. I got to go to bed, guys.
You can. You have to stay on all night.
I know. I'm going to pull an all-nighter. I'm going to need to make coffee.
You know, if I ever did an all-nighter, I think I would be living outside.
Yeah.
Just so you know. Hey, John, we're gonna get ourselves all resting for tomorrow night. My radio's coming tomorrow. I'm getting the radio. It's coming, delivering. Amazon's delivering it tomorrow. You're getting your radio tomorrow too, correct?
Yeah, it should be here tomorrow by Amazon, yes, right?
Isn't that amazing?
I really don't think you like that one, but hey, it's a pretty good one so far.
I keep getting that's exactly what they want us to use is that radio.
Right.
How interesting, you know? I kept, and even before you knew about that radio, John, I kept looking at radios and I kept going back to that radio every single time. And really? So I couldn't, it was like that was the radio that kept coming back. Every time I looked at Amazon at 10,000 the radios, Commander, go back to that radio. Commander, go back to that radio. You got that radio. I had no idea. You look at the picture, and that was exactly the radio that I was supposed to get. Pretty crazy. So, folks, tomorrow night, John Connors and I are going to be really facilitating communications with Godico. It's not channeled. There's no channeling. This is direct frequency radio communications. So if you've not heard what's happening here, Godico, many times he will be behind me and he's coming through the radio and we think, and sometimes he's on the ship. So we don't know where he's going to be tomorrow night. So tomorrow night, you're going to be in for quite a show. I want to thank John for showing some what he's doing. He is building a Stargate, which will be used when it's ready. We'll tell you and we'll plan the show out. In the Stargate, he will be coming through into a shop, a crystal shop, and we'll be having facilitated. He will be bringing over stuff from Tesla to me. Wait a minute. Okay, does anybody hear anything? Does anybody hear anything when I'm talking? Hello? I say hello. Hello? There's something going on. Hello? Yep. I'm going to bring myself back on here for a minute. Hello? Wait a minute. Hello? Can anybody hear? Yep. Godico? Are you here? Godico? Oh, man, this is crazy. Why is it that when I'm ready to go to sleep, Godico is trying to come through the TikTok? Godico? John, do you hear anything?
From my end, no, I do not.
Yeah, I'm hearing it over here. Godico? Yep. As soon as I say a word, Godico. It's when I say the word Godico, it happens. When I say the word Godico.
Mm-hmm.
Godico.
I want to see what happens here when I do this. You didn't get to see it earlier, did you? What do you think?
This is really, go ahead. And wow. I can't believe this is happening right now. Godico, hello. Godico. This is great. I'm telling you, man, you can't make this stuff up. Godico likes to come on when I'm getting ready to go to sleep. He likes to come on when I'm getting ready to go to sleep, Godico. I'm not sleeping yet. Not yet. You see that there's that's crazy, man.
What's that?
That when I speak, Godico, there's a voice after I speak. People are hearing a voice after I speak. Godico, are you hanging out? Godico? Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Even though you're here, John, I'm having a little bit of fun here.
Gotta go.
Yeah, Godico. I think Godico happens to have a very playful sense of you. They're very playful people. I think he's playing a little bit right now. Godico.
He's like, I gotta go.
Gotta go. I gotta go. Okay, everyone's hearing it. So let's. It's almost 2 a.m. man. If I don't go to sleep now, I'm gonna be.
I'm out of here.
Gotta go. John, we'll see you. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Love you guys.
Hey, take care, brother. Gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta go. Anyway, I'm getting a little bit silly here. So anyway, everybody have a good night. This has been Encounters. And we love you all. Everybody, tomorrow night at 11 p.m. Eastern, Friday night, is Communications with Godico. And we'll see you all later. Take care, everybody. Thanks for being here. We had 102,300. Everybody, thanks for the gifts. And take care. Be well. We're going to try to sign off. Unless Godico keeps me on here, we're signing off here.